You've tuned into the Bellingham Podcast for the week of December 6, 2020. This is episode 173. From that one take, this time City by the Salish Sea, I am AJ Barsay.
And straight out of 98226 in the left ventricle right now, I am Chris Powell. On this episode, we're recording live on the scene. If you know what I mean, for the red and green, that is the Christmas time scene. I think I said that again. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, listeners, all y'all, this is the Bellingham Podcast.
Well, the weather outside is not frightful. How you doing, Chris?
About 49 degrees happy right now in 48 latitude or whatever.
48 degrees north, 122
I'm
degrees.
doing just dandy. AJ Barsay, award-winning photographer, father, husband, geek at large, technologist, not in that order. Where the heck are we?
We're in Fairhaven, Washington, the, southwest corner of the Village Green?
If you are getting your compass on, yes. For those of you who have seen the Village Green, we are kind of to the right of the stage where I performed on a number of occasions in a band back in the day before I met my beautiful wife, and they showed the Fairhaven Outdoor...
Def Leppard?
Not quite.
Oh, okay.
It was more like Brittany Fox. Anyway... No, we're in the southeast corner of the Fairhaven Village Green. They got all the lights up, even though it's in the afternoon. We're taking a look around, and for those of you who haven't been to the Fairhaven Village Green, hop, skip, and a jump from Village Books, the Coliphon Cafe. We are right below, spitting distance, if you will, from Jalapenos Mexican Grill. We also have your favorite joint across the green.
What's up, Magda?
Exactly.
Magdalena's Creperie just across the way.
Yeah, next door to Adeline Ice Cream and Oven. It's a whole lot of food in this area.
It's a whole lot of local in this area.
As we were talking about episode 173, I didn't want to do a Zoom call. We are distant from each other right now, as many people are seeing, but I'm like, AJ, we got to record outside. And I'm like...
Done.
But the thing is, there wasn't rain in the forecast. We got a lucky break. And I'm like, dude, we got to do Fairhaven. And so the Village Green is where it's at. We caught a nice little lull. So any other extraneous sounds you might hear, courtesy of Fairhaven, Washington.
It's all organic, folks.
Yes, exactly.
So, this episode, this is kind of like our gift giving or gift recommendation, whatever you want to call it. Most podcasts these days have, around this time of season, it's just the gift guide. We've been doing this for 4 years. We're not going to call it that.
Yeah.
We're just gonna do our thing.
We do our thing. And oh, by the way, one of the things we do is plug our stuff, which is something I don't normally do. I don't really do a lot of self-advertising. However, on a previous episode, talked about being a guest on KGMI's Watkin Report radio show. That episode is now up on the internets, with a link to it in the show notes. And for the love of Greg the Hammer Valentine and Brutus Beefcake,
drink
eggnog. In this case, had a great conversation with Meg Weber about all things technology in the remote home office and how to approach getting away from the screen. So anyway, got a link to that from the radio show. But let's talk about some holiday shopping Bellingham style.
Yeah, so Chris, we are kind of in like the token local zone. Like even when we were driving, me and the family driving here on Fairhaven Parkway, there's a big banner across the roadway that says "Think local, buy local first." Oh, yeah. And so that's really kind of what we're going to be tailoring this episode around. And yes, not all of our listeners are here in Whatcom 982256788 ... But it doesn't matter where you're at in the world. And there's going to be a little bit later about that. But think about the mom and pop shops. Think about the smaller, in this time of COVID and wherever you're out in the world. Just think about those shops and how they might be using different platforms to be able to stay in business. Recently, I was talking to a listener of the show, and they, were saying that it's nice to buy local and stuff, but in this COVID-19 time, it can be a bit difficult for them to get out and stuff. And we've mentioned that on the show plenty of times. But in the same breath, they also bashed the Zon.
Yes.
Which is a running punchline of this show, admittedly.
Of course.
But I want to throw out this, dear listener. It is also a platform. Some of the gifts that I have bought this year for my friends, my loved ones and such, I have bought off of Amazon, the third-party marketplace. And you and I have used that to sell goods. So I just want to remind you, before you hit buy, you may want to hit that button on Amazon that says see from other sellers, or even the used section. A lot of the stuff that I've bought, especially books, a lot of these independent bookstores and specifically secondhand bookstores are really struggling during this time.
Totally.
And before you go to, say, the Barnes and Noble,
I'll throw them under the bus later. Hang on.
that was my softball to you, Chris.
Yeah, thanks.
The Barnes and Noble. And before you do kind of throw the shade that most of us do towards Amazon, think about the fact that people are using it as a platform for brick and mortar businesses all around the world.
Sure, they've got inventory and they can use this on a worldwide behemoth marketplace.
Exactly. So that's my little disclosure of think local, buy local, but local is a big thing these days.
Absolutely. Around here in Bellingham, there's a business called Sustainable Connections, and they've got a website out there. They've got a local gift guide webpage.
Ooh.
And so as we are, by the time you're listening to this, you hopefully have ordered your stuff, so it is on order. However, if you're like me and haven't done the shopping yet, don't worry, babe. I'll get you your gift in a second. And not you, AJ, my wife.
Oh, no, I know. The fictitious.
Yes.
Oh, 2 out of 3 dogs agree.
I think that dog was a little concerned that I didn't get my gifts on time.
That's what happens to you if you don't get wifey a present.
That's right. Anyway, let's go back to Sustainable Connections. They have a local gift guide webpage in which they have a number of local merchants that have gift cards available. So now we're all aware of the gift card game, but there are a number of businesses that you throw down $25. You've got a think local first gift card, maybe plastic, I think, in some cases, but it is a form of payment to a number of local Bellingham, Whatcom County businesses. Great ideas to give to your family or friends or neighbors, or even coworkers, who are in the remote distance that you really aren't visiting in their offices, anything like that. There's this one particular page as you do a little bit of drilling down on our links. And oh, by the way, we talk about the drinking game of we got a link in the show notes like every other podcaster in the world uses, but click on that link, Bellinghamsters, and check out what's available. You might be surprised at just how many businesses are out there that you shop at all the time. Would it be nice to throw a wonderful friend of yours a $25 gift card to a local business that will help them out, get them some revenue, and then get them some good stuff in takeout, if you will. So we also got a couple other things as well.
So since we're here in Fairhaven, I'm going to dovetail to, like I said at the top of the show, this is kind of the zone when it comes to local. And quite a bit of the stuff that I've got, Chris, for my friends and loved ones that used to be here, because obviously we're a big college university town and stuff. And so a lot of my friends have a lot, see this as their stomping grounds. There is a plethora of Bellingham swag. Bellingham pride, if I may say.
Yes.
If you are a fan of this neck of the woods, we have obviously our city flag, which is, flies. I probably see the American flag and then the city of Bellingham flag before I even see the Washington State flag around here these days. The Bellingham flag, there is a dedicated website for it, but again, trying to support our local vendors of the swag, that a lot of it being made here in Bellingham, if not made in America. Take a look at Beta Baker Trading Company, which Chris is just on that street corner by Archer's Ale House, and go down about, half a block.
In the Fairhaven zone.
In the Fairhaven zone.
That's right.
Beta Baker Trading Company, you are the goods. So I was on the hunt to find some Bellingham flag swag. I like it. And surprisingly, Village Books was out, and all the other places that I knew, Cresswell and Boggs down off of Railroad.
Yep.
They were out of stuff.
That's in the left atrium of downtown Bellingham, by the way.
Yeah, left atrium of Bellingham. We'll swing back to them. But no, Beta Baker Trading Company, you guys are the goods. They actually have the flag. They have the smaller boat flag. So if you have a sailboat, or if you have a little one that wants to have a fort, it's a good fort-sized flag. Patches and stickers and all that other jazz. But also along those same lines, because we're in the Cascadian region, they have a lot of Cascadian Northwest PNW paraphernalia. So if you're looking for the Cascadian flag patch, that's the blue, white, and green canton with the silhouette of the tree in the center. They also have those as well, and just a whole bunch of PNW pride stuff.
While this is great for us here in Whatcom County, I'm going to speak to the parents that have kiddos at college.
Oh yeah,
and if parents listening out there are anything like our kiddo, who started to miss Bellingham and that life to have some kind of fridge magnet on the dorm fridge, sticker for the laptop, sticker for the water bottle, something like that. This is your hookup.
Yes.
You heard it here first. Well, hopefully you heard it here first. But anyway, Beta Baker Trading Company for all of the flag swag.
The flag swag.
I like it.
Yeah, I made it off the cuff. So just up a quarter block from that is, if you have little ones, the Fairhaven Toy Garden.
Yes.
Need I say more? Like, if you're looking for a toy store, dear listener, just go to them, okay? I absolutely love their staff. All of their stuff that is out, you have a range from infant to college adult. They have board games. They even have, when I was talking to their staff, when I was just in there a week ago, they've actually redone their board game section. So they actually have like staff picks and stuff. And
Yes.
A lot of the staff now, if you're looking for recommendations, they can point you towards any type of either cognitive development for your little one to you just want to have an adventure type of family night. They're well versed in it. So if you're looking for a good board game, I would also say go look at them as well.
Like our previous episode, we talked about games to get, and if you'll notice something in what AJ just said. The staff is knowledgeable. They have the staff picks. Ladies and gentlemen, you will not find that on a national chain store. Hold that thought. I'm going to get to that in a second. But to be able to go to a place in town with the kiddos to get these kind of gifts or toys during the course of the year or planning a weekend. Hey, grandparents, you're going to have the grandkiddos for a weekend. Why don't you stock up on a couple games and let the staff help you find out what kiddos are wanting to play instead of making your own decisions? And, by the way, Fairhaven Toy Garden, they got a really difficult website, so we put it in the show notes. It's www.fairhaventoygarden.com. Anyway, it's really easy, folks. Go check them out.
With umlauts.
That's right.
So if we were to depart from Fairhaven and to head back towards Bellingham, there's two places I am going to give shout-outs to. Cresswell
Put on
Boggs.
top of the bus instead of throw under the bus.
Oh, no. This is top shelf busage.
We're riding
here.
on their bus.
So Cresswell and Boggs, I mean, they are the token if you need to have anything Pacific Northwest paraphernalia, but also like if you want it a little bit schmarmy, this is the place where if you want to have, here in the Northwest, everybody loves Sasquatch. They have a lot of Sasquatch and Bigfoot and that essence of our little corner of the United States. And a lot of also other local arts. There's a lot of Coast Salish art. So you have a wide variety there. So take a look at Cresswell and Boggs.
And the secret weapon for Cresswell Boggs on Railroad. Now, I love my wife. I love my daughter. They don't listen to every show that we do.
Oh, what?
Fun fact. However, if they knew this, my cover would be blown. Hey, guys, skip going to your grocery store or going to that convenience store or whatever to buy your holiday cards, anniversary cards, birthday cards, I love you cards because I screwed up.
Wait, you're talking about me last week? What?
No, for those rare occasions. Cresswell Boggs has a thermonuclear awesome array of cards to get your loved ones. Okay, so they're $4 or $5, but you can tell when you open it, this is not something from your grocery store that you just haphazardly picked up. They've got a great card selection, and they've got a, I want to say, cheeky.
Oh yes,
schmarmy, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, magnet, other types of zone stickers and things like that. So this is a place for you to get your holiday cards when the time comes, and also anniversary, birthday, blah, 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 blah. Keep going, AJ.
So my last one is along the same vein. So if you were to depart Cresswell Bog and keep going down Holly, just before you get to Bayou on the Bay, there is a place called the Backcountry Essentials Shop. And Backcountry Essentials is basically like a miniature local version of REI for here in Bellingham. And the reason I want to throw them, give them a shout out is they also buy equipment. So if you're looking to, at the end of the season, sell some of your skiing or snowboarding kit, take a look at them. I've sold with them before. And also, they also have some secondhand stuff. So if you're just learning this is the top of the season for the mountain, you may want to stop in there and maybe save some cashola and also support a local shop. So that's for my backcountryists out there. Take a look at backcountryessentials.net.
Yeah, not the .com in this
Yeah,
case.
that's the other reason why I wanted to give them a
Very
shout
good.
out.
One other shout out we want to make mention to is that wonderful local radio station that we got. Listen local to 102.3 FM KMRE.
KMRE 102.3 FM. They are community powered, and I believe they are community streaming at kmre.org.
This stands for really good. So, anyway, let's get to our next segment about the give me a B, give me an I, give me an NGO.
Yeah, and both of ours are going to be O. So I'm going to open up because this was actually a recommendation from a friend of the show, Darren Brown. We've had him on the show before.
Hey, Darren.
I was getting other recommendations telling me about the show and stuff, and he was just like, "Oh, well, have you heard of Calypso Kitchen?" No, tell me more. So Calypso Kitchen is run by a woman from, I believe, Trinidad and Tobago.
Cool.
And the cuisine is Caribbean, Trinidad.
The real deal.
It is it's the real deal. I haven't ordered from her yet, but I'm planning on it. Take a look at the URL is calypso.kitchen.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. They're using a different type of. Okay.
So I wanted to throw them out. Like I said, I haven't ordered from them yet, but I'm going to give the O of BINGO for Calypso.
Oh, well, I
tried.
I could roll with that. That's cool. The O on my bingo card in this episode is for online ordering. O for online ordering. Yep. So Juanita Thai, WANIDA, Juanita Thai Cuisine. It's 1213 DuPont Street for those of you fiddling with your Maps app. Excellent Thai food. Now, I've already made mention of a number of Thai food places out here. They are available for takeout.
Yeah.
What a great way to have a date night, or give yourself a break. You've been a good boy, a good person, a good girl this year. In the holiday season, treat yourself to a great steaming plate of pad Thai. Juanita Kitchen has some really good stuff. Or if you're down with that pad CU, which is those long egg noodles and broccoli.
I'll believe you.
Believe me. And I think it's got some peanut sauce in it. That is like one of my death row meals. Pad CU. Yeah. If I'm going to ride the lightning, I want to have either spicy chicken from Hana Teriyaki or pad CU. So anyway, and Juanita Thai is one of the best places to get it in town. All right. AJ,
quality assurance.
Yeah, this is this section is definitely quality assurance for your holiday shopping. So you're going to do a whole lot of audio editing on this to try to keep our show clean.
You are a professional, Chris.
Yeah, I am a professional.
But I can also see you're stewing. So
no, the steam is rising from my ears.
You might get the Nobel Peace Prize on this one.
So, under the category of what not to buy, I'm going to set this one up for you, dear listener. So earlier, before we recorded here in the Fairhaven Village Green, I went to Village Books at right when they opened on a Sunday morning because I had a little bit of time to go to my do what I wanted to do.
Do your happy place.
That's right. Wandered around Village Books, all good. I took a look at some notebooks because by cracky 2021 is my year of the analog life.
I endorse
this.
I'm
doing some research on some of these ideas for writing, journaling, et cetera, and or perhaps some gifts along those ways. I had a lapse in judgment. The moral compass went askew and it got the better of me, and I drove north up I-5 and I went on to the Meridian mess and happened to stop at that place we mentioned earlier.
This big barn of Nobel?
Yeah, the Barnes & Noble friggin' booksellers. All right, so I go there and while I'm hearing in the background 6 questions from the staff asking if they're a member or if they want to sign up to be a member or getting guilt-tripped about saving 10% on their order if they sign up as a member. And, oh, by the way, it's not the clerks or it's not the staff's fault. It's management that is doing the corporate is making them do this. I understand that. It doesn't need to be done. Heard a little bit of a snippet of a stand-up comedian recently where it's like, yeah, where can I get the full price card membership for this business? I just want to pay full price for the product. I don't need a deal to give you all of my information so you can bombard me with emails and text messages and take all the contacts from my phone when I download the app on my device so I could save another 15% on an order. Get that mute button ready, AJ. I might start swearing.
Chris, remember your breathing exercises. We're in a happy place. We're in Fairhaven.
It didn't help because as I'm browsing the journal section, I'm seeing before my eyes, I kid you not, ladies and gentlemen, the internet address and password logbook.
To which Chris has shown me a pics, so it did happen.
Oh, yeah, no, it's real. Now, the thing is, they're actually selling a journal book. I'm thinking it's about $20-25 because it looked nice. It looked glossy. You're going to write down on physical paper the website, www.bellinghampodcast.com, the username, Chris.
AJ and Chris is awesome.
Yeah, well, that's the password. You're going to write down your password on a book. Okay, for those of you that have the silent skip, that didn't take very long. But for the rest of you that may not have the intelligent sound skipping, are you kidding me? For 173 episodes, one of the things that I have, and I believe we have, is to keep your passwords private.
Yeah.
So that 12-year-old nephew, meaning I used to be a 12-year-old nephew who's very curious, don't give them an opportunity to actually look at your passwords. Why would you buy this? And you know what? I'm thinking of buying this and putting it on my office as a gag, because when I leave the office, and and it looks like a little bit of a A, B, C, D, E, F little sections for the website. So therefore, you can get Macy's will be in the M section, and Knucklehead.com will be in the K section, because And I'm going to put down username Chris, and the password is you must be joking, right? For your quality assurance, ladies and gentlemen, do yourself a favor and do not buy the internet address and password logbook.
No. That's a hard no for
they
the
missed the
Bellingham
day they missed the day they taught internet security at internet security school. That's all I got to say on that. And the fact that I'm throwing a national chain under the bus, they're a dead horse anyway. I'm looking at a independent bookstore that is totally worth not only browsing, buying, but also placing an order if there's something that you want to support the local economy. Sure, it'll take 5 or 7 business days. We don't live in the Amazon Prime era anymore, folks.
No.
Do you know what these warehouse workers have to do to get you your shipment in 2 days? Yeah, 2021, we're going to get a little bit more of the slow purchase life.
Yeah. Well, and on top of that, honestly, I mean, from my own experience, the Amazon Prime 2-day shipping, I haven't been seeing it in 2 days lately.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
It's been about 8 months since my wife and I killed our Amazon thing.
No,
so
there's been delays, and they even acknowledge that even when you place your order.
Did you get $1 credit for Amazon Music?
No.
Okay, I'm just being snarky. I gotta take my
Remember,
mature.
get your happy zone. Do your
I'm
mantra.
getting my happy Hana teriyaki, spicy chicken, Juanita Thai.
Hana teriyaki.
That's my
Hana
happy zone.
teriyaki.
All right, cool, very good. What's next?
So my quality assurance is a browser extension, actually.
Really?
Yes.
Go on.
So I'll have to set this up a little bit, because it's odd for me to give a browser extension as a recommendation. So
I have noticed this.
So this works on Chrome, Firefox, and it's an extension called Tab Bliss. It's TABLISS.
Not Katniss from the Hunger Games,
No.
but Tabliss.
Tabliss.io. If you go to their site, they'll sense what your browser is and you can download it. What's cool about this is, Chris, is that it is the way a tab on a browser should open up. You can
tell me visually how this will open up.
So it'll open up with a either unsplash photo on the background with the credits duly noted on the bottom left-hand corner, so you can know who the artist was. Then, if you so choose, you can actually take that down and set your own gallery of images. So if you have family photos that you want to put on the background, you may.
Yes.
And then you have widgets. But these are not widgets that you see on, say, Mac OS. These are very minimalist, very vector, simplistic images. You can have a clock, both analog, digital, or digital with 24-hour time.
Very good.
And then you can have things like the weather. So it just gives you a very clean icon of rainy. And then Fahrenheit and Celsius for our neighbors across the pond. And then you can have short links down below of your when you go into a browser these days, you have like 2 rows of like 6 icons of these sites that commonly you go to that, I don't know, it never works for me. It's always like the
favorite sites.
Yeah. So instead, you can specify what your favorite sites are, and then specify a simple line drawn icon down below. And that's it. Okay. There is no recommended readings. There's no doom scrolling because the news algorithm on iOS or Android says you should go take a look at Google or Apple News. None of that, Chris.
Sounds good.
It is distraction-free browsing because, honestly, outside of the sites that I go to, when I hit Command New and make a new tab, that's the most seen website I recognize on my computer is the new tab website.
And for Windows users that are on Windows 10 computer, Control T, I think, would open up a new tab. Mac Command T.
Yeah.
But also, you mentioned Unsplash, and I want to revisit that again. We're nerds.
Oh, yeah.
You're a geek. I'm a nerd. We're in the know. Unsplash.com is a website for fully licensable, high quality wallpaper from photographers and artists all over the world. They give credit where it's due, et cetera, et cetera.
Creative Commons.
Yeah, Creative Commons. And what a great site to be able to enhance your online whatever. In this case, you can have a pleasant picture to look at when you do that Control T or Command T on your web browser. I was unaware of this. I think it's great. But one thing I must say, you haven't seen my web browser and what happens. So, nothing but Hello Kitty.
Really?
No. Anyway, give Tablis, TABLISS.io a try on your web browser. Yeah, it's free, and give it a try, and worst comes to worst, you uninstall it and move on with life.
Yep, exactly.
So what else be going on?
Other than that, I just have a public service announcement.
Oh, I already had one, but you go for it this time.
So there is this trend right now, and you and I are both freelancers, full disclosure.
Yeah.
And one of the supports that I've seen in recently is that a lot of people are gifting services of local freelancers. So, for instance, like, to quote, buy like a gift card for me for a shoot type of thing, which is great. Support your local freelancers, absolutely.
Yeah.
As a freelancer, I greatly appreciate all of the support. So that's the other thing I just want to say is supporting your local business as well as your freelance economy.
Very good. You know what? My fingers are getting a little bit of chill to them. I think we should probably stick a fork in this episode.
Okay, well, that wraps up this forked edition of the Bellingham podcast.
Oh, it's not forked. it is more the spoon style.
Thank you guys so much for listening to us, rating us, reviewing us, wherever you like to get your podcast. Remember, if you are in the Fairhaven area, you might be listening to us on KMRE 102.3 FM.
It's such a strong signal on 102.3 FM and streaming, depending on how wireless and Ethernet speed you might be, at kmre.org.
On that note, from the frosty city by the Sailor Sea, I am AJ Barsay.
Stay cool, y'all. I am Chris Powell. Thanks once again for joining us on the Bellingham Podcast. Dude, have you gone to the dark side?
What do you mean?
Is that an Android tablet you have in front of you?
You don't want to know.
Okay.